New video, the coroner removing the bodies of 6 people killed yesterday morning at 10th and K. Shooting victims that could be transported to the hospital were taken to several different locations. This video coming from Dignity Health yesterday. Sutter Health confirms hospital staff treated 5 people from the shooting, all of them out of the hospital at this time. UC Davis Medical Center is treating 4 patients.
133, there's a 242 happening at 12th and K. 10th and J, we need probably about another 5-10 officers.
3 walking gunshot wound victims.
Okay, that's how it all came in. You just heard Broadcastify. That's during the events of the shooting as first responders began assessing the situation and taking in how devastating that situation really was. There's a lot of details we still don't know about. Information still coming in the moments before, during, and after that led to the shooting. We're beginning to have a clearer timeline, though, of what exactly happened. We're joined now by ABC 10's Monica Coleman, who's been reporting on the shooting now since it first happened. Monica, what is the very latest?
Well, I want to start with the scene of yesterday. At Sunday morning, the only way to describe it is chaotic and devastating. Moments before the shots rang out, there was a fight that broke out in the street right outside of this bar scene on 10th and K. And then right after that, shots rang out. You could hear them in multiple videos online. And then police ran to the scene to find 6 people had been killed, 3 women and 3 men. We're learning more this morning about those victims. And we have video from last night when the bodies of the 6 people killed at 10th and K were removed from the scene by the coroner. Victims' families say it's been aggravating, feeling they have been left in the dark. Again, 3 men and 3 women were killed. So far, we know the identities of 2 people who were killed in this shooting. Devontae Turner was 29 years old. He lived in Vacaville, but is from Sacramento. He was a father. Sergio Harris was a father and a husband. He was 38 years old. Earlier today, we spoke with his family. His mother told us she feels as if she's still in a dream. She described her son as always smiling. Sergio's wife, Leticia, said she had to go to work all day on Saturday, and Sergio spent his last day alive with his kid during the day. They went to the mall and a park. His mother, Pamela, told ABC 10 she was always smiling with her son, that this feels like a dream.
It wasn't my son that got killed. There was 5 other people's children that got killed. Hurtful feeling to know that you seen your child that one day and then they're gone the next day.
She went on to say that this is crazy and that she had a feeling. She actually said, quote, that a mother just knows when something's not right, and that when she didn't hear from her son yesterday or Sunday morning, that she just knew the worst was going to be the outcome. Back to you.
Yeah, Monica, you were on the air when this was all really going on, and we started, as you saw, the video of the altercation. But we're really kind of getting an idea now that the initial altercation may not have had anything to do with the gunfire.
Right, we're not sure if the video of the altercation is connected to the shooting, but we do know just the energy in the scene that was going on Sunday morning. After all the bars closed, it was just a lot of violence going on. There was a lot of people in the streets, and then all of a sudden those shots rang out. So again, we don't know if the 2 are connected, but it did help kind of set the tone in the scene of what was going on Sunday after the bars closed.
Yeah, indeed. And our Brandon Rinneman's going to have almost a frame-by-frame breakdown of how the 2 may not be connected. That's coming up later in the newscast. All right, Monica, thank you. Bria.
Well, Monica, it was just awful waking up to this news yesterday, and then you kind of just scour online trying to find out as many pieces of information as you can. But this morning, we really do want to focus on the victims. Many of them remain unknown this morning, but we do know 2 of them. Sergio Harris, pictured on the left here, and Devontae Turner, pictured on the right. They both died in the shooting. Family members started gathering at the scene of the incident early Sunday morning to discover the devastating news of their deaths. And after a mass shooting like this, everyone asked what practical solutions are there to prevent gun violence. We know there's no such thing as a cure-all, but one of the answers we're hearing from community leaders is investing in our youth. ABC 10's Becca Habegger joins us live from the area of 10th and L this morning. So Becca, can you connect the dots for us this morning? How are youth advocates saying programs for young people could maybe help find a solution to this?
Yeah, Bria, first I want to connect the dots in terms of bringing us to the tragedy. This is one of the locations where people are laying down memorials, candles, flowers, outpourings of grief. This is one of the places where community members, family members waited to see if they had the worst news possible yesterday. This place has been saturated with grief and sadness as community members come to grips with what's happening, which brings you to your question, Bria, which is what can we possibly do as a community? What practical things can be done? So youth advocates are saying more investments need to be made in youth programs. Now, it's clear, we need to be clear that police have not yet given us many details about the shooting, so we do not yet know whether gang violence was involved in yesterday's mass shooting. But we can tell you the community leaders are saying, look, whether this was gang violence, whether this is just gun violence in general, what happened yesterday is not acceptable, not something that we as a community can tolerate. And they say that one of the practical steps we can take is investing more in youth programs to keep kids engaged.
Financial investments, they do have returns associated with them. Healthier communities, safer communities, kids on developmental tracks that lead them to productive lives.
Now, this is some basketball video that took last month at one of the Black Child Legacy Campaign events. Community leaders say youth programs like this one, they connect youth across neighborhoods, including some young people who might be at risk of joining a gang. So youth programs build those bridges. I want to give you some sound now from Kenneth Duncan of Ball Out Academy. It offers mentoring and free basketball programs to youth. I spoke with him recently about the importance of impact of these youth programs.
Financial investments, they do have returns associated with them. Healthier communities, safer communities, kids on developmental tracks.
These relationships later will be so important. So say you run into a guy at a party, a dance or whatever, and they're from a different neighborhood, and somebody's upset. They're like, no, I played basketball with that dude at March Madness or Kings and Queens Rise, or we were in Black Boys Build together. So now we're building brotherhoods between neighborhoods and really just taking down those barriers and making sure we're trying to lower the crime rate here in Sacramento.
Youth advocates point out that pre-pandemic, Sacramento saw 2 back-to-back years of 0 youth homicides. They want to get back to that. Now, there is a vigil tonight at 7:30 at Ali Yousefi Square. Youth community advocates and the mayor will be there, and the community is welcome to come and mourn together.
Yeah, Becca, we're only in April, but we've seen a few instances of gun violence in our Sacramento area. So possibly this could be a solution. It's not the cure-all. It's not something you can fix overnight, but talking about it is really where we begin. Becca, thank you. Well,
yeah, every little bit helps here. Already prominent political figures have voiced their opinions on the shooting. President Biden, in a letter from the White House, saying, today, America once again mourns for another community devastated by gun violence. In a single act in Sacramento, 6 individuals left dead and at least a dozen more injured, end of quote. He goes on to thank Sacramento first responders and, quote, all those across the United States who act every day to save lives, end of quote.
Governor Newsom also shared similar sentiments. He addressed issues of gun violence, saying it's a crisis in our country. He went on to say, quote, sadly, we once again mourn the lives lost and for those injured in yet another horrendous act of gun violence. Jennifer and I send our heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and to the wider community impacted by this terrible tragedy. If you have any information or video that can help Sac PD, scan the QR code that's on your screen right now. It will take you to the Sac PD Community Evidence Portal. Then the department says any information that you have could help them in the investigation.
And you can get alerts like this story sent straight to your phone as soon as it happens. Just download the free ABC 10 app on Google Play or the Apple App Store.